Alright, so we're going to talk about crate training and why I think it is important. So, crate training is teaching your dog to go into their crate, and that is their space. It is essentially like their room. That's kind of how we want to model it. Whenever they're feeling tired, whenever they're feeling stressed, whenever they just want to relax or get some space, then they can go to their room, which is the crate. And the way that we get them to train to that is by maybe just putting a toy in there, putting a treat in there, leaving the door open. And that is very important so that they realize they have the freedom to walk in and out. Make it a positive experience if you can. That is why you're going to need the treats and the toys. And then after they've gotten used to walking in and out and they're not scared of that and they do that freely on their own, you can try feeding them in there, and that will create another positive experience because food is good, dogs love to eat. And if they can eat in their crate, then that creates a comfortable environment because you don't really want to eat in a place that you're not comfortable. And the eating itself is a reward for just getting into the crate. Then you're going to want to start maybe leaving the crate door closed with them inside of it for 5 minutes, and then let them out and then give them treats. Give them treats whenever they're inside the crate. Give them maybe a bone to chew on. Give them a toy to lick. One great toy that you can use are the little Kongs, and you can fill that with peanut butter, and if you're going to be gone for a while, you can even freeze that, and that will entertain them while they are stuck in that crate. I would say the next step is just slowly starting to extend the amount of time that they stay in the crate, and again, do everything that you possibly can to keep it a positive experience. And eventually, you will be able to hopefully put them in the crate and go out somewhere and they will be totally fine, and it's just going to be like nothing. Whenever they're going to get tired, maybe they're hopefully going to go into the crate. If you have multiple dogs or kids or something like that and they get tired of them, then they can go to the crate and have their own space. Essentially, it is like their room. They can just go there and chill out. So I understand that crate training is kind of controversial, so I'm going to list a couple of reasons why that I think that you should learn to crate train. Again, it is, like I've said multiple times, it is like giving them a room. It is giving them their own space. It is giving them their happy spot, their rest spot, and that is a great thing to have. So one of the reasons that you might not think of that would be a great idea for the crate is potty training. So whenever you have a puppy, you can just set them in there, and generally dogs do not like to go to the bathroom where they are sleeping or where they are eating, and that's one of the reasons too that putting the food bowl in the crate and letting them eat while in there is a great idea. So hopefully that will help you a lot with potty training. And even if your dog is already potty trained, it is still a good idea to do that, because what happens whenever your dog gets old and maybe their bladder can't hold very well, then that should help them not go to the bathroom all around the house. That should teach them that, hey, whenever I'm in the crate, I'm not going to the bathroom. I just need to hold it for a bit. I will be let out soon. And that can be a great tool to help. Another thing related to the health issues is perhaps your dog has a surgery. Maybe she just got spayed and she needs to be on bed rest for a couple of days. Well, if you already have a positive association with the crate and she's used to being crate trained, then that's going to be easy peasy. She'll be totally fine with that. She's not going to be freaking out and whining and everything like that. And if you do have issues with whining, as long as they have everything that they need, they've eaten, they've had some water, they've been let out to the bathroom, then unfortunately you're just going to have to ignore it and they will slowly start to get used to it. Another reason that I think that you should crate train is I live in Illinois, so personally our natural disaster is tornadoes. If something happens where you aren't home and a tornado started, then hopefully the dog will already be in the crate whenever you get home, and you know exactly where your dog is. He's not hiding, behind the couch or anything like that. He's in his safe spot, which is the crate. And you can just shut the door and bring the crate out. It's going to be perfect for traveling in a car. It actually works perfect for traveling on an airplane, because airplanes, you need to have them in a crate. Going back to the tornado scenario, if you need to go to a shelter, then your dog will need to be crate trained, because shelters will not allow you to bring a dog that is not in a crate. You can't just have a dog wandering around with everyone. So that's going to be a really essential skill that you might not think this scenario will happen to you, but it is great to have in case it does. It can also help with perhaps some anxiety and some separation anxiety. So what I was mentioning, that Kong with the frozen peanut butter, that might be a great thing to toss in there whenever you're gone, and that can really help lower his anxiety because that gives him something to do, and again, it creates a positive experience. He just gets used to, whenever you're gone, he goes in his crate and it's fine. So I think those are some great examples of why I think crate training is important to do for your dogs and why I think that you should do it, and I hope those tips helped.